Yeah. Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh,
Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well, man, and lead by example. And shalom to the elect out there in the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, today we're going to go into prophecy. Today's date is the 21st of September 2019. Okay, we're almost at 2020, and it's been a hot year, man. You know, hey, just last week, articles have been popping off left, right, and centre of all kinds of prophecies. So, Lord willing, we're going to try and get into some of that. I don't know, the Spirit's going to be on brothers to get into that, Lord willing, man.
Right.
So let's start with 2nd Esdras.
Right, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right, so Christians pick up this book and they go to the churches, and what does the pastor tell them? God is love. God is, you know, love for everybody and everything, all great. Well, that's not what the Bible teaches you, man. The Bible teaches you that the Lord loves the elect of the nation of Israel and Israel as a whole, eventually, man. That's who the Lord deals with Israel, okay, in the scriptures. Now, the destruction that's coming upon this world, okay, the Lord, how is that love? If people are getting fucked up, how is that love, right? So these things are actually in the scriptures. And we're gonna get a quick precept.
Amos 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Right.
To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
That's right, man. So as the day of the Lord approaches, it's going to be more and more darkness, man. Okay. In fact, you know what? Can we hold Ecclesiastes? I think it's 15 and 3, or 3 and 15. You know, the window should be darkened. You know what I'm talking about? Brightness shall cease. Yeah, let's hold that as well. So pretty much we're coming into that time of what? These are the things that we're coming into, man. Martial law. Okay. Troops on the streets in the West. Okay, war, turmoil, famines, okay, disease, and the chip, man, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip implant, man. Okay, so Lord willing, we're going to get into these, and the prophecies that we're going into, it's imperative to go into them because they are found in the scriptures. They're the word of the Lord, man. So these things are going to come to pass. You're going to start to see, and we are seeing these things come to pass in the world, man. You got what I call for, huh?
You want that one now?
Actually, no. Can you read Amos again? Read what you got earlier.
It's Amos 5 and verse 18.
Right.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Right.
To what end is it for you?
Yeah. So you guys that are in the churches, you know, oh, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. Hey, you don't know what end it is to you, man. Okay. Because you ain't coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Shai, man. What you're coming in is the spirit of Jesus. A white cracker, man, Jesus Christ, man. That's what you're coming in, and that's the wrong vibration. That's the vibration that's going to lead to your death. Yeah. That's going to be a day of darkness for you, man. And we're going to read some of those things in that day of darkness. We're going to read some of the things that are going to happen upon this very earth, man. Let's go back in Esdras, bro.
2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
So woe means destruction, man. So destruction is coming to the world, man, and them that dwell therein. Keep going.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
That's right, man. It's getting closer, man. The sword is being furbished. It's being sharpened. Okay. You got the ICBMs. You got the troops that are being trained, the military troops. And what are they being trained for? They're trained for ultimately that war to end all wars, World War III, and also to put you average everyday peons into subjection, man. Martial law. Keep going, bro.
And it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
Right, man, because in that time, what do? You stick to your own, right? So people are going to be sticking to their own so-called races, their own, you know, the Ishmaelites are going to stick with the Ishmaelites, Elam are going to stick with Elam, and there's going to be race riots, man. Okay, when they see a guy ain't part of their ilk, it's going to go back to that racial warfare, man, on the streets. Keep going, bro.
And it says, one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
That's right, man. All manner of killing instruments, man. Okay. So it's not going to be safe out here. It's going to be dog eat dog. It's going to be survival, man. So that's how you know that you need the Lord to be able to survive through that coming destruction. Keep going.
Verse 16.
It's going to be manic. Hey, London. You walk around London as an example. Okay, one of the unclean frogs, spirit like unclean frogs. London is a very, very densely populated area for such a small space. So imagine that you've got all this densely populated area, right? And everywhere you turn, walk down to the city of London. Walk down to the city of London and try and get a breather. Try and go anywhere that hasn't got another person at least 10 meters away from you. You're not gonna find it, man. Even at even maybe like 3 a.m. in the morning, you might be able to do that, but not on a normal day. So imagine that when all hell's breaking loose and there's martial law troops and the police ain't got no right what to do, and it's kind of like an unlawful land. How are you gonna escape in these cities, man? Okay, only through the power of the Lord. Everyone else is gonna get judged out here, man. Okay, just to put it in your minds. Keep going, bro.
And it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
There's going to be riots, man, and people are going to be so unhappy, there's going to be so much unrest. People aren't going to be considering. See, now, someone wants to go do something, like let's say they want to go and loot a shop. They're going to think of the consequences. They're going to think, well, I'm going to get such and such time, if I get caught, I'm going to go to prison, this and that. In that time, when it's just all hell was breaking loose, okay, you barely got enough troops to handle the people. People are being subjected, shot in the streets, dead. People are going to be taking risks, man, because why? It's not like you're going to be able to go down to local Sainsbury's and just pay for something and get your food, okay? You're going to have your family at home, maybe they might be stashed away in a corner. You've got to go out and you've got to feed them. So now you've got to become the hunter-gatherer. The Lord's going to turn it back into that hunter-gatherer, survival of the fittest mode, man, before the kingdom comes in.
A good example is the Purge series, man. When you watch The Purge, you basically have a license to kill for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone is going to do, reenacting out their deepest and darkest desires upon the streets, man. Because there's no consequences. You can do anything, you know? Blade under your tongue, slashing niggas up, raping women, all of these things are going to be happening in that time, man, because there's no law. All right, so anyone can do anything, man, and that's what people really want. They want to get to that stage where they can just like wild out, man, because everyone's oppressed in this place, man.
Yeah, man, so it's going to be that, hey, we're going to go back to that warlike state, okay, because we're not in a time of peace. We were reasoning with a brother the other day, man. See, these people in this generation, they're used to peace. They don't know what it's like to hide away on the underground tunnels when you got bomb shelling from above, man. They're peace babies. They're not war babies, okay? But we're gonna come into that time of war where people are gonna be shitting their pants. Most people ain't gonna be able to move, man. Most people are gonna die like that, instant, man. Because they're not fit for the battle, man. Okay.
Like the scripture says, men's hearts are going to fail them for fear.
Yeah, the heart attacks. People are going to be afraid, man. Fear is going to come back in a big way. Right now, there's pride. Pride is there, right? The pride is going to be taken away, and humility and fear are going to come in.
2 Ezra 8:55. Therefore, ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, and thought scorn of his law and forsook his ways.
Yeah, so you got those of our people. In fact, I'm gonna get a preset. You got those of our people who are what? While they've got liberty to what? To come back to the Lord, they're not doing that, man. Okay, they're loathing the Lord, man, and His law, man. Okay, they're loathing that. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna be the ones that are gonna have to partake in that judgment. They're gonna be out there getting fucked up. They're not gonna have the covering of the Lord, man.
Yep.
Okay, and if you go to, that's it on that, right? If you go read a bit more, then well,
it says, moreover, they have trodden down his righteous and said in their heart that there is no God, yea, and that knowing they must die. so there's going to be a lot of death out here, man. Right? When you read the next chapter over from what the brother was reading, 2 Ezra 16 and 21 on down, I believe it says what? The dead is going to be cast out as dung. The Lord said the slain of the Lord was going to be many, man. So there's going to be a lot of people dying. The same shall know it after death by pain. Right. This is what's going to happen.
It also goes on to say in that same chapter that a man shall be longing to hear another man's voice.
Yep.
Go on, bro. Read that.
Verse 10, 2 Ezra 15, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
That's right, man. Okay, now spiritually, over there in the land of America, that's spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay, the majority of the tribes are there. All the tribes are there, man. Okay, the Lord is going to protect the remnant, the elect of the nation of Israel, but all the rest of our people, okay, the 2/3 over there, and the wicked around the world of our people, they're going to get judged, man. Okay, everyone's going to get judged, but we're not. Hey, we don't care about the heathen. They're going to get judged anyway. Okay, our people are the ones that are going to get messed up for the things that they're doing right now, man. The wickedness that they're doing. So, can I just say quickly, so all these guys that are in the churches might be coming across this video, you might come across this video for the first time, okay? We're telling you straight out of the scriptures, we're teaching the scriptures that imminent war and imminent destruction is coming to you if you don't what? And if you ain't gonna have no covering if you don't come back to the Lord, if you don't come back to Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And this is to you so-called Negroes, Spanish and Native Americans and anyone else that essentially are lying, man. That has a vibration with this book. Come on, bro.
Isaiah 66 and a bit up from 4. I'm not going to go too far up. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abominations. I will also choose their delusions, I will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear.
Yeah, the scriptures say many are called, but few are chosen. What is the call? The Lord's doing the call right now. This is a call, man. Okay, and what is it? Now, if we're at war, okay, what is the Lord doing? He's mobilizing his men. Okay, it's a call to arms, man. Okay, we're calling you, man. We're calling you to what? To the spiritual warfare, man. Okay? Because that destruction, that physical warfare is going to come upon the earth, man. And the only covering we're going to have is by the Father of spirits. Right. That's the only covering we're going to have, man, in this time. You're going to have that spiritual covering to be able to make your way through this darkness that's coming, man. You know? Right, bro.
And it says, when I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes and chose.
They ain't hearing, man. They're not listening and taking heed and coming back to the right ways of the Lord, the righteous ways. What they're doing is they're continuing in their madness, man. And because of that, they ain't. And that's why the scriptures say, seek the Lord while he may be found, and seek him in your youth early, man. That's why it says that, because when the Lord ain't hearing that, when all push comes to shove and things of judgment's coming out and getting laid out, people, hey, the Lord ain't going to be hearing that repentance in that day. Like you got the ones that are coming in the 12th hour, the last remnant of the elect that are going to come through, okay? And they're being set for salvation, but the rest of you are going to get a harsh judgment, man. And we're going to go more into that. Go on, bro.
Sirach, chapter 11, verse 26. For it is an easy thing unto the Lord, Yahweh, in the day of death, to reward a man according to his ways. So it's an easy thing to the Lord, man, in the day of death. In the time of judgment, it's an easy thing to, because every man's gonna have to appear before the Lord, man. All right, what manner of works you've done, whether it be good or bad, man. And the Lord sees all the shit that our people are getting up into, man. They think they're living a high life, you know, ordering lobsters and shrimp in the shard, you know, living high off the hog, so to speak. Hey, but the Lord, hey, like the scripture says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction is gonna pretty much come about you, man.
That's right. Right now, we're in a so-called veneer of peace and safety, okay? And you know what? Everyone does that, man. Hey, I'm not gonna mention who it is, but the corporation that I work for, you know, they're going downhill, man. You can see it. If you've got an eye to see it, they're going downhill. But you know what? Every month, the management is saying everything's cool. Okay, until there's gonna come a time when you're gonna see them with a cardboard box walking out the office, man.
Yeah, my company does the same thing. It's like they gotta keep you enthusiastic, they gotta keep you pushing and working hard. So you know the business can go on. But the reality is, the people at the top, they know that this thing is going down, man. Right. But they gotta keep you, you know, working as a sheep, you know, so they can keep their kingdom going, man. But it's gonna crash, man.
Yeah, man. So this thing's coming to a crash.
That's why, if I can say this, that's why you got a lot of the bread and circuses. You got like endless shows on Netflix, like the apostles were going into. Endless shows on Netflix, you can just sit there and binge, eat tubs of ice cream for like fucking 10 hours straight, watching show after show, season after season. You know, Top Boy and you know, all these new shows that are all up on Netflix at the moment. You know, that's nothing but bread and circuses, man. And these people ain't looking at what you know, this devil's passing laws. You got Brexit. People ain't even looking into they don't even know what it means. You know?
And due to inflation, things are getting worse economically as well, man. Shops are shutting down, people ain't spending as much as they used to. Okay, I remember 10 years ago, luxury holidays was a thing. You'd go into your Thompsons, and you know, they'd have the luxury holidays, Caribbean cruise and all that, couple grand. That ain't the in thing right now. In thing is people still go on holiday if they can, if they've got the money, but it's all budget holidays. Everyone's about to get in a budget. Everyone's got the apps to try and cut corners and get money.
The lowest price.
The lowest price. Hey, it's good to talk about the victuals being so cheap upon the earth, man. You know, has anyone got that?
2nd Ezra 16.
Yeah, let's get that.
2nd Ezra 16 and 21. It says, for behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves
go ahead.
victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
They shall think themselves to be in good case, but it doesn't say they are in good case. They're going to think themselves to be in good case because victuals is going to be so cheap. Yeah, go down, get your local Sainsbury's basics, Tesco basics. Go down to your Aldi, your Lidl's.
The meal deal.
The meal deal, the £3 meal deal at lunch. And everyone's budgeting, my coffee budget and all that, Everyone's doing that now. Everyone's trying to cut corners. Why? Because things are austerity, man. Things are becoming worse. This is meant to be the decadent society of the British Empire, okay? Where is it now? The West is crumbling. America's crumbling. Hey, Britain is meant to be a powerhouse. It's crumbling. Germany's crumbling. Right. All these different this society is crumbling. Why? Because in Daniel's it said, man, it said that they weren't going to mix. It weren't going to mix, man. It's the ten toes, the miry clay. This is the worst kingdom you will ever see, man. It's not established for the people. It's established to make a depravity between the rich and the poor, for the elites and the slaves. You know. So we're coming into a time where what the victuals are going to be so cheap. They're going to think themselves to be in good case, but they're not. They're not. Keep reading.
Can't it? It says. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth. So
evils are going to still grow. We're still going to go into that martial law. We're still going to have the chip that is going to be made mandatory. We're still going to have famines. You're still going to have people doing cannibalism. You're still going to get people shot dead in the streets. Okay. Even if you think you're in good case, you're not, man. When they say what? Peace and safety, man. Then come a sudden destruction, and the thing's gonna come quick. It can come real quick, man. And we can see if you've got the spiritual eye, the spirit is leading you to see what all these different articles that are coming out. Okay, you got oil prices have been going up by 20% because of attacks. We're in a time of war. That's what happens.
Apparently, there was like 3 different explosions. There was one in Saudi Arabia. I forget where the other 2 were, but they only really spoke about the Saudi Arabia one, obviously for war purposes.
And oil is very important. The reason why oil is important is if oil goes up by 20%, now what is the food coming on? Trucks. What are the trucks running on? Gas, right? Petrol. So oil is very important, man. It's part of the manufacturing process for all these different things that run. The hob that cooks your food in the house, the heating that goes on in your central heating. Okay, all that is going to go up, man. The bills are going to go up, but people are earning less. They're not earning the same amount.
Freshly clipped.
Freshly clipped, man. You know, people sitting at home on their computer ordering in the Tesco's, trying to get the deals. You know, everyone knows, man, when you order pizza, everyone's looking for the deal. You don't order pizza without a deal. No one goes and pays $17.99 for a pizza. You get the buy one, get one free, whatever. Everyone's trying to cut deals, man. Because, we're poor out here. Okay, things are that's why the elites got to a point where they've pulled in all the resources and the wealth, and they've destroyed the middle class, and they've just left a mass of slaves. And what are they going to do next? What's the next step? To chip the slaves, man. Let's get Revelation 13. They're going to chip the slaves. You got a quick one? All right, get that when we get Revelation.
Ecclesiastes 12 from the top. Remember now that thy Creator in the days of thy youth.
That's right. So now's the time to get back to remember who the Creator is, Yahweh Shemel Shai, because He's the one that's going to be the covering on you, man. He's the one that's going to protect you, that strong tower in this time, man. Okay? You need, in that time, you're going to need everything. Every little thing is going to have to be like a miracle, man. Okay? Bullets flying left, right, and the center. You got troops all everywhere. People trying to kill you, trying to come in your home. You know? You ain't going to get no peace. Because what, you might be out in the woods, now you got to worry about wild animals coming to tear. Now you got to worry about, is this guy going to try and, is someone going to come out and they're going to try and take my shit, or take my family's shit, man? So what, for you to be in a mind state where you're protected, you got to believe in what? Yahweh Shemel Shai, okay? Something above this carnal realm that's actually going to protect you, man, okay? You know when you have those near-death experiences, you might be about to cross the road, and then something stops you and the car zooms past, man. That was the Lord, man, you know? So, and then you sit there and you think, wow, he's dying, man. Oh man, it's something protected. Hey, we know what that something is. We know it's the Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, the King of Kings, man. The Heavenly Father is what? Is saving us, man, and He's going to protect these men in that day. Keep going, bro.
If I can say this as well, sleep is going to be hard to come by.
Yeah. Sleep
you know, things that you take for granted right now, sleep is going to be hard to come. You're going to be thinking, well, you're going to have to sleep with one eye open in that day, man. You think it's going to be like, oh yeah, just lights out, babe. You know what I mean? You turn the lights out, you tuck your kiddies in at night. Bro, it's not going to be like this, bro. It's going to be hell. All hell's going to break loose out here.
Oh, a clean water is going to be hard to come by. Anyone that's tried to sleep when they're being thirsty, man, knows, man. It's hard. It's hard enough that you can't even sleep because you got to watch, like the brother said, you got to keep one eye open. But it's also you're gonna be hungry. You're gonna be grumpy. You're gonna be disorientated, paranoid. Okay, your hormones are gonna be all out of balance and whack. People are gonna be overly emotional, doing rash decisions, making stupid decisions.
Hey, and like we were saying the other day because you haven't eaten. Your senses are going to be heightened. Right. So you might even fall asleep. You might hear a little twig drop. You know what I mean? You're going to be on point in that day. Huh? So you're going to be terrorized on every side. Huh?
If I'm gonna say, there's that comedian Ramesh Ranganathan has a TV show, The Misadventures of Ramesh Ranganathan, and one of the places he goes to is Bosnia. And basically one of the places he goes to there is basically a guy's made a hotel, well, which was like how it was to live during the time of the Serbia-Bosnian war, right? And he was basically, all you could hear all night, right? You don't know if tonight's the night you're gonna die, man. Right, and that's one of the things, like you were saying, these peace babies, they don't know what that sounds like, that fear. You know, you never know whether you're going last the night or not, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. Your life is going to be hanging in the balance, man. And people will see, people are in their security. Because of the world that Esau's created in the West, they think that everything's secure, you know? But they're not going to be secure. The Lord is going to very soon bring it back into that medieval period, man. There's so many scriptures. What you got, bro?
2 Esdras 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
That's right, man. So let's break that down. Sword, you got the troops, you got the missiles, famine, okay, lack of bread, okay, lack of water, okay, death. There's gonna be disease, stinking dead bodies on the street, okay, and destruction. Destruction in all different manners, man. Okay, wind, water, fire, you know, in all different aspects, man. There's going to be destruction. The scriptures talk about creatures newly created, creatures in labs that you ain't even seen. What are they going to be able to do? Okay, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be a time like never before. I pursue Daniel 12. Let's finish up with Ecclesiastes, man.
Remember now thy Creator in the day of thy youth, while the evil days come not,
right?
Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon,
the pleasure, the pleasure is the so-called pleasures of this place. The bread and circus is slowly decaying, man. Okay. Hey, people talk about football. You got the new Tottenham Hotspur ground. That place is just a massive concentration camp, man. And so are these malls. Okay, they all got shutters. They all got enclosed spaces and blueprints on how to put people in like fucking, like herd them like sheep. So it's just a matter of time before all that pleasure, all that, you know, wanton pleasure going around and do what you want to do, that's going to come to a standstill, man. Keep going, bro.
Why the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened,
right?
Nor the clouds be turned out of the lane. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few.
Hey, even the strong men are going to bow themselves, man. You know? Ain't going to be no such thing, no mighty man.
Mighty man glory in this.
Nah, man. Hey, people are going to be fucked out here, man. Unless you've got the covering of the Lord, you're going to be messed up out here, man. Okay? Okay, when it comes to instruments of war, see, look, in London, okay, there's stabbings and stuff. When it comes to war, that is a whole different mind state, man. What is what MC Terminator, he says, if a man is hench, I'll cut man down to size. Okay? That's what's going to happen, man. You're going to have these martial law troops humbling you and you're cutting you down to size, man.
Scripture.
Let's finish off from that. Keep reading.
I mean, grinder cease.
That guy's like a truther the way he speaks. No, not that he curses at the society.
Well, you know, his name is in line with it. Terminator.
Society curses at Jakes.
Yeah, he does. Showboating Jakes.
Yeah, I see it on the news now, interview with him, and he curses at Jakes, bro.
Yeah, man, because you Jakes and
he's a Jake, but he knows man thinks he's full of shit.
Yeah. But you know what? He's got that guy. He's got houses. He's got certain things. So he thinks he's a secure guy. Yeah. Unless he comes to Yahweh Shemiel Shah and repents, he's going to be quiet there, man. And he's going to know what it means to have a Terminator out there, man. You said the grinding shall cease. That's right. You see that now. Hey, there's been store closures upon store closures, departments closing, name brands. Okay, business ain't the same no more, man. Everyone's making cutbacks. Everyone's making cutbacks, man. Okay, all you see when you walk down high streets nowadays is you see closing down sale. You see shutters. You see places closed. Okay, places opening later or closing earlier. Okay, business ain't the same, man. Nowadays, the business turnaround is most startup businesses don't make it, man. Past that, 75% of them don't make it. You know, because it's tough out there. Certain places got inflated rent, so now you got to charge people exponential rates, but they can't even afford it. So everyone's at home eating watching Netflix and eating popcorn for 99p, rather than coming out and spending money in the theaters, in the restaurants, bro.
I was in Waitrose the other day. You know Waitrose is expensive.
Right.
It's like for them, you know, upper class Edomites.
Right.
So I was speaking to the manager and he was basically like, yeah, if you notice, everything is on sale right now because Lidl and Aldi, they're taking us out of the game.
Yeah.
And they're going to change their uniforms to make it more approachable. They're not going to wear suits no more. They're going to wear a t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
So they're changing their whole brand just
Yeah.
to blend in with the other chains,
Because
man.
Waitrose is part of the John Lewis group, and if you
Right.
know England, John Lewis is one of them institutions in England. And John Lewis is through, man. That's why they rebranded recently as well. Right, they redid all their shops, added sushi bars, because that's going to save them.
Hey, we're going into what's called this chip. Remember, the agenda is a chip, so this is the digital age. Everything they're pushing towards is the digital age, man. So if you're not coming with the times, and if you ain't got that elite backing, then you're going to be messed up, man. You know? Keep reading more on that, and we're going to get to the other scripture. Come on, man.
And cease, because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened,
Hey, man, you go.
and the doors shall be shut in the streets
The doors shall be shut in the streets. Keep going.
when the sound of the grinding is low.
What do you do? What is the sound of grinding? When you're grinding, you're putting in work. Okay, so the work's gonna come to a standstill, man. Okay, people turn their noses down at the migrants that come in from Bulgaria and Estonia and Romania, and they're standing outside Wix B&Q at
man.
7 a.m. in the morning looking for a job. Well, you're gonna be the same guy. You know, let me think of the Edomite name, man. Mr. so-called white man. You're gonna be out there. You're gonna be standing there right next to them with the migrants that you've been hating, just like it was in the Roman Empire, trying to get a job, man. So you can go and you know, paint somewhere. Some shit, man.
Hey, if I can say real quick, because for instance, they hate on them Romanians or whatever. I work with one. And one guy at work was making a snide joke about his Romanian passport. And I was like, but wait there, at the end of October, his passport does more than yours does. So that's the pride of the British.
Yeah.
Right, here it is, they're about to go into a situation where they're going to be all fucked up, right? But then they're still proud.
Yeah, man. And hey, that's what it says about the pride in Ezra's, which Lord willing will read that, man. That's on that, bro. You had to get a quick one.
Cool, quiet by the brother. Jeremiah 9:23.
Right.
For saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches.
Yeah, man. Let's read that again. Read it from the top.
It's, for saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom.
Hey, you might think you're wise and you got the wisdom of this world. Okay, if you ain't got the wisdom of the scriptures, you ain't got the wisdom of the spirit of the Lord, then hey, you're a fool, man. Anything you learn in university, anything you learn in this business, it don't mean shit. Whatever position you think you're some kind of wise man, you might be a scholar, that ain't gonna mean shit in that day, man. Okay, keep reading.
And it says, neither let the mighty man glory in his might.
Some great army man, you might be some guy that works out, you fight MMA training and all that. Okay, that's only gonna go as far, man. Okay, I don't care if you can throw all kinds of combinations. Yeah, if a guy's got a sniper rifle shooting you in your head, you don't mean shit. Keep going, bro.
Yeah, or a heart attack gun.
That's right. Yeah. Well, exactly.
You know?
Laser guns, they're melting. Come on, bro.
You go to hood the guy, and then you just, you know? You just and all that's left is your clothes.
Hey, well, you know what? They show you that movies all the time. You're the main character, he might be like a strong guy, right? A brute. Right? And he's coming right, and then the guy's got technology. They might come across some like aliens or whatever, and they might shoot him with a plasma gun, and he's just there like, you know, he's getting all messed up. You know? Keep going, bro.
And it says, let not the rich man glory in his riches.
Hey man, so the so-called men that are so-called rich out there, you know, I've got possessions, I've got bonds, insurances, securities. That ain't gonna mean shit in that day, man. Okay? Because all the fiat currency, the economy, it's all gonna crash. So all of that stuff, all the money you got, all the riches you got, that ain't gonna mean shit in that day, man.
Got it.
Go on, bro.
Verse 24.
Yep.
But let him that glorieth glory in this,
Go on.
that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
So, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, you're gonna take delight and glory in the fact that He's giving you this word to understand in that day. In that day, when you see people getting messed up and you're just there protected, you got 10,000 falling by your side, and you're standing there and you're gonna really understand your faith in the Lord. That's when it's gonna start to pay off, man. Okay, because the Lord said, look, hey, you took care into knowing me. I'm gonna look after you. I knew you. Now I've led you to come to know me. I've allowed you to know who I am, because remember the scriptures say, "Surely thou art power that hides thyself." But the Lord reveals Himself to the elect, man. That's right. Because it's a secret thing, and the secrets are revealed to who? The prophets. You know.
3 and 7.
And it's the word. You understanding the word, brothers. Go on, bro.
Isaiah 33:6.
Right.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Hey, part of the wisdom and knowledge is knowing Yahweh Shemel Shai. That knowing how to conduct yourself through the scriptures, knowing the prophecies, what's coming to pass. Okay? Knowing the deceits of the devil. Go on, bro.
And strength of salvation.
That's going to be the stability and the strength of your salvation, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. The word, man. Keep going, bro.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Hey, because why? Because it says the beginning of knowledge is what? Fearing the Lord.
Yep.
Okay? Now, why would you